Hi everyone, this is my run on DFFOO Global Wings Graven with Emotion Lufenia Plus stage, which is the Lufenia Plus with Llyud's debut. And this is going to be the standard no boss turn run with a party of Auron, Machina and Bartz. I'll also be including in the video description more detailed description about the setup and some alternative options. Essentially, the whole strat surrounding Machina is to have setup with various burst auras and debuffs in play, and then going to a huge burst mode with Machina where he can deal upwards of 12-13 million HP damage. So that's where Bartz comes in with his auras, and the third party member is actually flexible. You can use any third party member that can land some sort of frame debuff at the start of battle. I used Auron with his LD debuff, but you can also consider other options such as Fran or even Gebrand. The strength of the character for the third party member slot doesn't really matter because, as you can see here, you'll be swapping that character out for twins right at the start of battle. So what I did here with Auron is I reset the fight until Auron goes first and Machina goes second. And then I had Auron use his LD and his core abilities and then swap him out for twins. On Machina's turn, what I did is use his LD, and I spammed quite a few awakenings during his turn, mainly just to get the free damage in since this stage doesn't have the Lufenia orb until 79% and Machina's awakening doesn't increase the turn count, so it's sort of like free damage. It's also quite helpful there because with this party setup you don't have any turn delays or deleters, so having the additional turn spamming awakening helps you to reset the boss's brave and contribute a little bit to the break delays. At 79%, the Lufenia orb will appear and will last throughout the end of the fight. It is an instant kill orb, so you can't let it tick down to 0. And normally this stage requires you to take HP damage or use an ability that consumes HP to uptick the orb. This party doesn't have it, so it's sort of like a damage race against the Lufenia orb, but there is quite a lot of leeway here, especially if you factor in summon mode. So on Bart's turn, I just use his core ability and I go into his burst mode to activate his burst aura, and with the twin support, I have them go burst mode on their first turn and then spam LD thereafter. So at this point I'm back to Machina's turn again, and here I'm just charging the rest of the summon meter by using Rain's base call and then his LD call so that I get a full summon meter. The idea being that because my main support is Bartz and Bartz needs to have 3 stacks of his BT aura, I'm actually just using the summon mode to chip away the boss's health while I ramp up Bartz's BT aura to 3 stacks. The other goal that you want to achieve with summon mode here is to try to position Machina's turn to be right after summon mode so that you can immediately go into his BT mode after that. It shouldn't matter too much if the twins or Bartz X before him after summon mode has ended, because you do have a little bit of leeway with the op count being 4 at this stage. The only key thing is you want Machina to at least act before the bosses get a turn so that you can complete the no boss turn run. Very nicely also, I have 2 more twins turn inside summon mode, so this leads to quite a lot of damage with a twins LD, and this helps you to bring the bosses down to the range of health where you can essentially burst them down with Machina after that. So right here I could immediately go straight into Machina's burst mode here, but since he still has 7 more turns of his burst aura and 2 turns of his call aura, I decided to fit in 1 awakening here, because you really only need 6 turns of his burst aura, and of course just 1 turn of Rain's LD call aura for it to work. So here is the bare minimum, and I go straight into burst mode here. So that's really the end of the fight. You just spam HP burst attack, and then all his attacks will trigger a launch because of Rain's LD call, and you have then fed follow-ups with twins as well as Bartz. So while waiting for the rest of Machina's burst mode to complete, just quick commentary about the call options, because that's a fairly common question that people have. There are many possible call abilities that you can set. There's quite a lot of flexibility here. So the goal is to really have call abilities that boost Brave and HP damage done. So I used Jack Call and Kuna Sunday Call as the classic here, but you can also consider other call abilities like Fran or maybe even KC for Iroha that helps you to boost damage during Machina's burst, or maybe Morale Call or even Gabran Call. Any of these should work, maybe not as well, but you have quite a bit of leeway anyway, so it should still work out in the end. And that's it for this fight. Fairly simple, especially if you focus on no boss turn runs, because you wouldn't see any of the fight mechanics. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Lufenia fight. Bye!